Hello and welcome back. Welcome to a new edition of Vaughan and Vivo. My name is Richard Vaughan. Espero que ya me conocéis, eh? I am your teacher. Do you understand? Shall I repeat? I am your teacher. Pero nunca hablamos así. Se dice, I'm your teacher, and you're my student. You. So, as every day, sit down, stay still, listen to me, absorb, assimilate everything I teach. And I have two people to help me, whom I will introduce in a few moments. But first, I need to give you a sermon, okay? I need to tell you what you need to do. Learning a second language as an adult is the most difficult task, in my opinion, that exists. It's easier to get a second university degree than to learn English or German or French or Russian or Japanese. So if you are worried about your English level, if you think that you are un negado o una negada para los idiomas, no os preocupéis. Don't worry, it's normal. It's very difficult to learn a language. Algunos por ahí pregonan que en 4 meses con un método revolucionario, but it's not true, okay? It takes a long time. It takes a long time, but it can be fun. Puede ser divertido, estimulante. It can be fun. It can be stimulating to learn a language, even though, aunque hay que poner codos todos los días, there's no reason for learning English to be unpleasant. My job is to make it pleasant, okay? Now, we have 25 minutes, then we will take a short break, and we will have another 25 minutes. And then we'll take another short break, and then you'll have me again with one student for another 25 minutes. And then finally, you will have me alone, just you and me. At the end, if you're patient, just you and me, okay? Nobody else, all right? So if I can't aguantar. With the 2 students I have now, and the 1 student I have in the end, and then just you and me together. And I think in every segment you will learn a lot. You will learn from the mistakes my victims make, mis víctimas aquí, and you will also learn when I speak to you directly. So sit down, stay still, pay attention, and enjoy, okay? So sitting on my left is a person that maybe you know. Her name is Blanca. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Again, are you glad to be here?
I'm always glad to be here.
Yes? Are you glad to be with me?
Of course, I am.
You're glad to be with me, menos mal. Okay. Do you know Maria Jose?
Of course, I do.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Ask her if she is glad to be here.
Are you glad to be here?
Yes, I am.
Ask her if she is Spanish.
Are you Spanish?
Yes, I am.
Ask her if she is from Madrid.
Are you from Madrid?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Barcelona.
Are you from Barcelona?
No, I'm not.
Jaén.
Are you from Jaén?
No, I'm not.
Zafra.
Are you from Zafra?
No, I'm not.
You're not from Zafra.
No, I'm not.
Badajoz.
Are you from Badajoz?
No, I'm not.
Huelva.
Are you from Huelva?
No, I'm not.
La Línea.
Are you from La Línea?
No, I'm not.
Baza.
Are you from Baza?
No, I'm not.
Igualada.
Are you from Igualada?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she is from Galicia.
Are you from Galicia?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she is from the south of Spain.
Are you from the south of Spain?
No, I'm not.
No? Ask her if she's from the center of Spain.
Are you from the center of Spain?
Good,
No.
repeat.
Are you from the center of Spain?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from the east of Spain.
Are you from the east of Spain?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from the west of Spain.
Are you from the west of Spain?
No, I'm not.
Ask her what part of Spain she's from.
What part are you from?
Part of qué?
What part of Spain are you from?
I'm from the north of Spain.
Ah, she's from the north of Spain. Ask her if she's from Navarre.
Are you from Navarre?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Huesca.
Are you from Huesca?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Guipúzcoa.
Are you from Guipúzcoa?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Burgos.
Are you from Burgos?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Vizcaya.
Are you from Vizcaya?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Galicia.
Are you from Galicia?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from León.
Are you from León?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Cantabria.
Are you from Cantabria?
No, I'm not.
Ask her where she's from in the north.
Where are you from in the north?
I'm from Asturias.
Ah, Asturias. I forgot about Asturias. Oh my God. Asturias. Ask her if she's from Grado.
Are you from Grado?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Arriondas.
Are you from Arriondas?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Llanes.
Are you from Llanes?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Ribadesella.
Are you from Ribadesella?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Oviedo,
Are you
capital.
from Oviedo?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Gijón.
Are you from Gijón?
No, I'm not.
Vas a saber, no, I'm not, para el resto de la vida. Ask her if she's from Avilés.
Are you from Avilés?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Mieres.
Are you from Mieles?
No,
Mieres.
Ah, Mieles.
No, I'm
Mieles, no,
not.
Mieres.
Mieres.
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from La Felguera.
Are you from La Felguera?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Cangas de Onís.
Are you from Cangas de Onís?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Cangas de Narcea.
Are you from Cangas de Narcea?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Villaviciosa.
Are you from Villaviciosa?
No, I'm not.
Ask her if she's from Tazones.
Are you from Tazones?
No, I'm not.
I'm covering every place in Asturias. Ask her if she's from Cudillero.
Are you from Cudillero?
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
Yes.
Ask her where she's from in Asturias.
Where are you from in Asturias?
I'm from Navia, near Luarca.
Near Luarca. Navia. Navia.
Navia.
No Navia.
Navia de
Navia.
Marqués.
Navia. No, Navia.
All right.
All right.
Ask her if Asturias is as beautiful as Galicia.
Is Asturias as beautiful as Galicia?
Yes, it is.
Ask her if she thinks it's even more beautiful.
Do you think it's even beautiful?
Even more.
Do you think
It's
it's even more beautiful
than
than Galicia?
No, I think it's the same.
I think it's more beautiful. Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah.
On the place.
Galicia's burned. All right.
Yeah, right now.
All right. Ask her if she thinks Asturias is even more beautiful than Cantabria.
Do you think that Asturias is even more beautiful than Cantabria?
Well, yes,
You do?
I think so.
Of course, defend you. Ask her if she thinks Asturias is more beautiful than the Basque Country.
Do you think Asturias is more beautiful than the Basque Country?
Sure, it
You
is.
do?
Yes.
Uy, Guipúzcoa is very pretty.
Yes, I
Vizcaya is-
know, but
All right. Now, tell her to ask me if I have ever been to Asturias.
Asking if he has ever been to Asturias.
have you ever been to Asturias?
Yes, I have. Tell her to ask me how many times I've been there.
Asking how many times he has been there.
Good. Repeat.
Ask him
Kiss King.
Ask him how many times he has been
To Asturias.
to Asturias.
How many times have you been to Asturias?
I've been there about 5 times. Tell her to ask me how old I was when I went there for the first time.
Ask him how old he was when he went to Asturias for the first time.
How old were you when you went to Asturias for the first time?
Well, let's see. I went there in 1975. So, I was 22 or 23. I was 23. I was 23 when I went there. Tell her to ask me what my first impression was of Asturias.
Ask him what was his first impression.
Que no.
Ask him what
His first?
his first impression was.
¿Y sabes por qué?
Yes, I know.
El sujeto is his first impression.
Yes.
What was your first impression of Asturias? the first
Very
time?
mountainous. Mountainous. Not as green as Vizcaya and Guipúzcoa.
No.
A different color of green.
Different.
Different. And more mountainous. Tell her to ask me how many days I stayed in Asturias the first time.
Ask him how many days he stayed in Asturias.
How many days did you stay in Asturias?
About 9 days. Tell her to ask me if I went there with a group of people.
Ask him if he went there with a group of people.
Were you with a group?
Did you go?
Did you go with a group of people?
No, I didn't. Tell her to ask me how many people I went with.
Ask him how many people he went with.
How many people did you go with?
I didn't go with anybody. I went alone. Tell her to ask me if I went there by train.
Ask him if he went by train.
Could you repeat?
Ask him
Good. If he went there.
if he went there by train.
Did you go by train?
No, I didn't. Tell her to ask me how I went.
Ask him how he went.
How did you go?
I went by car. I drove from Madrid to Asturias. Tell her to ask me if I had a car at that time.
Ask him if he had a car at that time.
Did you have a car at that time?
No, I didn't. Tell her to ask me whose car I used.
Ask him whose car he used.
Whose car did you use?
I didn't use anybody's car. I rented a car. Tell her to ask me what kind of car I rented.
Ask him what kind of car he rented.
What
Car. What kind of car? Ask me. Ask me what kind of car. Sorry. I rented.
What kind of car did you rent?
I rented a Seat 600. All right. A Seat 600. Now, tell her to ask me how I went to Asturias.
Ask him how he went to Asturias.
How did you go to Asturias?
I went through Palencia and Fromista. Tell her to ask me if that is the normal route.
Ask him if that was the normal.
That is.
If that is the normal route.
Is that the normal route?
No, it's not. Blanca, what's the normal route to go to Asturias? Do you know? What's the normal route?
To Asturias.
Yeah. If you want to go to Asturias from the center of Spain, how do you go?
I take the Burgos
Road?
road.
I don't think that's the best route. Ask Maria Jose if the Burgos highway is the best route to Asturias.
Is the Burgos highway the best route to go to Asturias?
No, it's not.
Ask her what the best route is.
What's the best route?
The best route is to take the A6,
The Coruña
Coruña
highway.
highway. It's
Until?
the best in Spain now. Until Oviedo.
Until Oviedo or
Yeah.
until León?
Well, you take from Benavente the
route?
the route
To Oviedo.
to Oviedo, yes.
Do you pass through León or around
No,
León?
around León.
Okay, good. Ask her when the last time was she went to Asturias.
When was the last time you went to Asturias?
It was 15 days ago.
Ask her how often she goes.
How often do you go?
Every 2 months.
Every 2 months. Ask her if she drives there or flies there.
Do you drive there or fly there?
I always drive there.
Ask her if she enjoys driving to Asturias.
Do you enjoy driving to Asturias?
I do.
Ask her if she usually drives there alone.
Do you usually drive there alone?
Yes, right now.
Right now. Ask her if her children enjoy going to Asturias.
Do your children enjoy going to Asturias?
Sure, they do.
Ask her how many children she has.
How many children do you have?
I have 2 children.
Ask her if they are tired of Asturias.
Are they tired of Asturias?
No, they're not.
Okay, ask her when the last time was her 2 children went with her to Asturias.
When was the last time your 2 children went with you to Asturias?
You mean in the same car?
Yeah, to get all together.
No, all together, I think maybe 5 years ago.
Wow. All right. Okay, but I didn't go to Asturias through Benavente and León or Pajares, which is the mountain pass. How do you say el puerto de montaña?
The mountain pass.
Eso, paso, the mountain pass. I didn't go. I went through Fromista because I wasn't going to Oviedo. Ask me where I was going.
Where were you going?
What does she want to know?
She wants to know where you go.
Repeat the question.
Where you were going?
Repeat the question correctly.
Where you were going?
¿Me preguntas o me afirmas?
Where were you going?
Good. One more time.
Where were you going?
Ask me if, perdona, vamos a cambiar. Ask me if I was going to Oviedo.
Were you going to Oviedo?
What does she want to know?
She wants to know
If
you go to Oviedo.
You were going.
You were going to
Mira.
Oviedo.
Esto, yo fui a Asturias a través de Fromista y Riaño,
Yes.
¿ok? No por la ruta normal. Ahora, la pregunta aquí es, ¿ibas en aquel viaje, ibas directamente a Oviedo? Ibas, were you going? Not did you go. Did you go sería, ¿fuiste a Oviedo?
Yes.
Pues sí, fui a Oviedo durante ese viaje, pero en ese día que se iba. Esa es la diferencia en castellano entre el imperfecto y el indefinido. Ibas. Ask me if una vez más, pregúntame si iba en aquel día, iba a Oviedo. Ask me if I was going to Oviedo.
Were you going to Oviedo?
What does she want to know?
She wants to know
If?
you were going to Oviedo.
No, I wasn't. Ask me where I was going when I went to Asturias.
Where were you going when you went to Asturias?
What does she want to know?
She wants to know where you were going to Asturias.
When you went?
When you went to Asturias.
¿A dónde ibas cuando fuiste? Is that correct Spanish too?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to Arriondas. Tell her to ask me why I was going to Arriondas.
asking why he was going to Arriondas.
Why were you going to Arriondas?
To attend a very famous event. Ask Blanca if she knows what happens every year in Arriondas.
Do you know what happens every year in Arriondas?
No, I don't know.
Ask her if no, I don't.
No, I
Ask her
don't.
if she has ever heard of Arriondas.
Have you ever heard of Arriondas?
From Cloverdale.
Yes? Okay, from me.
Yes.
All right, good.
Yes.
And ask her what Arriondas is famous for.
And do you know what Arriondas is famous for?
Some kind of party?
No, a party no, but parties take place in Arriondas the night before the event.
Yes.
Ask Maria Jose if she has ever been in Arriondas.
Have you ever been to Arriondas?
Mira, es correctísimo. Have you ever been to Arriondas?
Yes, I have.
Ask her if she has ever been in Arriondas for that event.
Have you ever been in Arriondas for that specific event?
Yes, I have.
Ask her if it's a pleasant experience.
Is it a pleasant experience?
Yes, it is.
All right, ask her if she got drunk.
Did you get drunk?
Yes, a little bit.
A little high.
Yes.
Un poco alegre. All right. Okay, ask her if she... Okay, now, tell Blanca to ask me what takes place every year in Arriondas.
Ask Cloverdale what...
No, you can call me Richard. Ask
Okay.
Richard. Yeah, here you can call me Richard.
Okay, ask him
What happened?
What happened every
¿Cómo?
year? What happened?
¿Cómo?
What happened every year?
¿Pasado? ¿Ya no pasa?
Yes. Okay, ask him what happened every year
¿Cómo?
in Arriondas. What happened? Happens. Oh, okay.
Mira,
Ask him.
pregúntale qué pasan cada año. ¿Qué pasan o qué pasa?
¿Qué pasa?
Third person singular.
Yes.
Tell her to ask me what happens
Ask him.
every year in Arriondas.
What happens every year in Arriondas?
What happens every year in Arriondas?
El descenso del Sella. Ask her if she has ever heard of that event.
Have
you?
Have you ever heard about that event?
No, excuse me. No, perdona. ¿Has oído todo lo que pasa alrededor de ese evento? ¿O has oído hablar de ese evento? ¿Cuál quieres decir? Lo último, ¿no?
The second one.
Entonces no uses about, usa of. Mira, have you ever heard of the descenso? Means has oído, se te suena. Have you ever heard about? Means has oído all the paraphernalia around it. Tell me about it. I've heard of it. I've heard of the descenso del sello, María José, but I don't know anything about it. I've never heard anything about it. I've heard of it, but I haven't heard very much about it. Do you understand?
Yes.
For example, la batalla de Lepanto. Have you heard of the Battle of Lepanto?
Yes, I have.
Do you know very much about it?
Yes,
Really?
I do.
Okay, good. Have you ever heard of the Battle of Stalingrad?
Yes, I have.
Do you know a lot about it?
No, I don't.
So have you heard many things about it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Have you heard many things about the Battle of Stalingrad?
Well,
You
not
haven't.
many things.
But have you heard of it?
Yes. I have.
Okay, good. All right. Have you heard of the Battle of Waterloo?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I have. Have you heard many things about the battle?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever heard of the Battle of Gettysburg?
Yes, I have.
Have you heard many things about it?
Not many.
Have you ever heard of the Battle of Midway? La Batalla de Midway? You haven't? No, you haven't? Have you ever heard of the Battle of Bailén?
Yes, I have.
Have you heard many things about it?
Yes, I have.
Who was the general for Spain?
I don't remember.
Who was the general for France?
Napoleon?
No.
No.
No. And where did it take place?
I don't know.
In Bailén.
In Bailén,
The
sure. but-
yes, in the Espeñaperros area.
Ah, yes.
Okay, yes, in that area. Okay, now ask Blanca if she has ever heard of the descenso del Sella.
Blanca, have you ever heard of the descenso del Sella?
I heard it from Cloverdale.
Yes?
Two.
You've heard it from me.
Yes.
All right. Okay, good. Ask her if she knows anything about it.
Do you know anything about it?
I don't know the details.
Ask her if she remembers what happens on that day.
Do you remember what happened?
¿Cómo?
What happens in that day? On that day?
No, I don't remember.
All right, ask me what happens on that day.
What happens on that day?
El descenso del Sella. What is the Sella?
The place.
What is el Sella?
I don't know.
Ask me.
What is the Sella?
It's a river. Ask me where it ends.
Where did it?
Does it?
Where does it end?
It ends in Riva Sella. Okay. And it's a race. Ask me what kind of race it is.
What kind of race is it?
It's a kayak and piragua and canoe race. Everything imaginable. Ask me how many times I have attended el descenso.
How many times have you attended the descenso?
Only once at that time. And tell her to ask me where I stayed the night before.
Where did you stay? Asking where he stayed
The night before.
the night before.
Where did you stay the night before?
¿Dónde me alojé? In my car. Ask me why I didn't stay in a hotel.
Why didn't you stay in a hotel?
There wasn't any place to sleep. All right?
Sure.
There wasn't any place to sleep, okay? And to tell her to ask me how many people there were that night.
Ask him how many people were there.
There were.
There were that night.
How many people were there at night?
That night.
That night.
There were probably about 10,000, 20,000 people. All right, tell her to ask me if I enjoyed the event.
Asking if he enjoyed the event.
Did you enjoy the event?
Repeat, please.
Did you enjoy the event?
Yes, I did. I enjoyed the event very much, okay? Tell her to ask me where I went after that.
Ask him where he went after that.
Where did you go after that?
After that, I went to Gijón. Tell her to ask me why.
Ask him why he went to Gijón.
Why did you go to Gijón?
I went to Gijón to see the beach in Gijón, which is very famous. Ask her what the name of the beach is in Gijón.
What's the name of the beach in Gijón?
San Lorenzo.
San Lorenzo. Tell her to ask me if I went swimming in the beach.
Asking if he went swimming on the beach.
Did you go swimming on the beach?
Yes, I did. Ask her if I remember anything special about that beach.
Asking if he remembers anything special about that beach.
Beach.
Do you remember anything special about the beach?
Oh, yes, of course. Something very special. Do you know anything special about that beach?
No, I don't know. I don't.
All right. Ask Maria Jose what is so special about that beach.
Asking what's so special.
No. No. Ask her what's so
Okay.
special about that beach.
What's so special about that beach?
Besides, it's very pretty.
No.
When
Besides the fact
the fact
that
it is very pretty, when the tide rises.
when the tide comes in.
Yes.
Or
Well,
when the tide goes out.
when the tide comes in, the beach almost disappeared.
Almost qué?
Disappeared.
Almost qué?
Disappeared.
Almost. Ya no desaparece.
Yes.
Estás hablando en el pasado.
Disappear.
¿Cómo?
Disappear.
¿Cómo? What's
Okay.
the problem with you with the third person today?
Disappears. Okay. Yeah.
What's the matter, Maria
Yes.
Jose?
Almost disappears. That's
Casi
it.
desaparece. O la playa casi desaparecen. ¿Cuál es más correcto en castellano?
The first one.
Okay. Suena mal la segunda.
Yes.
And you see? The beach almost
Almost
disappears.
disappears.
The beach almost disappears. Yes, Blanca. The tide, escrito tide, significa la marea, que entra y sale. And the tide in the San Lorenzo beach goes out very far and comes in. And when it comes in, it almost reaches the seawall. There's a seawall that protects the city from the ocean. And it's interesting to do it. Have you ever been there?
I passed through there.
I passed.
I passed through there.
Okay, very good. So now we know a lot about Asturias, about Arriondas, about Gijón, about Cangas de Onís, about Cudillero, etc., and about your village Navia. So we're going to take a short break. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a break. Besides, I need a rest. So we'll be right back in about 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, with more of Vaughan en Vivo. So you have my permission to go to the kitchen for a moment, but you need to be back in 5 minutes, como más tarde, at the latest. Thank you.